Hello everybody and welcome to the tropical update for June 21st, 2020. And there's a lot to talk about here in the tropics when it comes to the Atlantic side and the Eastern Pacific time side. First, we're going to be looking at the Atlantic side with what is now Invest 95L. This is a well-defined non-tropical low-pressure system that is located about 300 miles southeast of the Cape Cod, Massachusetts. The showers and thunderstorms that have recently become better organized near the center, and the system could briefly acquire subtropical characteristics tonight and early Monday while the low moves northeastward over the warm waters of the Gulf Stream. But by Monday night and Tuesday, however, this system is expected to weaken when it moves back over the cool waters of the North Atlantic. So both the 2-day and the 5-day are both 40% with this system. And I'm going to throw this prediction out right now. I think by midnight tonight, we may see subtropical storm Dolly with this. That is just my prediction. I'm hoping I'm wrong, but that's what I think is going to happen. Alright, here is the looks of 95L. As you can see, the moisture is trying to wrap around itself. There is a low level sensor somewhere in here if you look closely enough. The location of the storm is 37.9 north and 67.2 west. And maximum winds right now of 30 knots, which is basically equivalent to a tropical depression, which is 35 miles per hour, but they haven't designated it as such yet. That is why my predictions of this becoming subtropical storm Dolly is a thing before midnight. Not that long ago, like an hour ago, the minimal central pressure was 1,013 and now it's 1,008 millibars, so it's definitely strengthening. And we're just gonna have to see what happens going forward. The radius of circulation is 180 nautical miles. The radius of maximum wind is 45 nautical miles. I'm sure you guys can see where these are going. This is pretty much going to be a fish storm by the looks of things. And this is the location on the map for the system in easier terms. What I really want to look at is this right here. You got to bear with me while this is loading. The majority of these want to keep it at a tropical depression or not turning it into anything at all. And then there you got three models that want to take it into tropical storm status, which is the LGIM, what is that green one? The DSHP wants to take it there, and the UKXI wants to take there. Everything else wants to keep it below a tropical storm status for this system. All right, we're gonna take a look at the GFS right now. And as you can see, there's a high pressure, a ridge of high pressure right here to the northeast of the system. And we're going to go forward. This is our system right here. As I said, this is going to be nothing to worry about. It's going to be out to sea and no harm to anybody. As you can see, it kind of just dissipates at the 48-hour mark. And maybe the leftovers go into this area right in here, so nothing to worry about with this one. It's going to be a brief, as this thing said, it's going to be probably a brief tropical depression or tropical storm later tonight, going into tomorrow and tomorrow afternoon before conditions become unfavorable and it starts to weaken. We're going to go 5 days out and see if there's anything else interesting going on. And this is a tropical wave right here that is hitting the islands pretty good. We might have to watch this too. I'm not sure, but the sail is pretty high here, so this may only just stay a tropical wave. And as you can see here, here's the high ridge of high pressure, the Bermuda high, the Bermuda Azores high, that is really like dominating the area right now. All right, here's the European. And this is our system right here. There's our high pressure right in here. We're gonna go out in time. 72 hours out. But I would say about 72 to 90 hours. This is going to be a thing, at least according to the European model. And might go into this area right in here. And as far as 5 days out, nothing else to really worry about. That is all for the Atlantic side. I want to talk about the Pacific side now. And here we go. This is where most of the activity is popping up here. As you see, there's 3 areas here. 1, 2, 3. Alright, this is disturbance number 1. It has a low chance at 48 hours of 20%, and a medium day at 5 days with 40%. A broad area of low pressure located more than 1,000 miles southwest of the southern tip of the Baja California Peninsula continues to produce disorganized showers and thunderstorms. Environmental conditions are expected to be conducive for some gradual development of the system during the next few days while the disturbance moves generally westward. This is definitely one of the systems I'm looking out for right here, and I'll show you guys why here in a little bit. This right here, this is what MVEST 92E is, and the formation chances within 48 hours is lower than 30%. Formation chances through 5 days, medium 50%. Showers and thunderstorms associated with a broad area of low pressure located several hundred miles south of Manzanillo, Mexico, are beginning to show some signs of organization. Stumbling over my words. Environmental conditions are forecast to be conducive for gradual additional development, and a tropical depression could form by the middle of this week, while the disturbance moves westward away from the coast of Mexico. So yes, that's what this is. And this is disturbance 3, which there is 0% in 48, 50% in 5 days. Another area of disturbed weather is forecast to form south of the coast of Mexico by the middle of this week. Additional development is expected to occur after that time, and the system could become a tropical depression by late this week as the disturbance moves west-northwest, paralleling the coast of Mexico. Now, the good news about all of this is no land masses are going to be affected by these systems. Some people think that two of these 3 are going to form, but I think all 3 of these will form. Because, usually in June, you get this storm train in the Eastern Pacific. We usually get them around this time, about mid to late June time frame. And that's probably what we're seeing right now, is the start of that storm train. Alright, here's the information for MVEST 92E. Its location is 11.3 north, 105.1 west, and maximum winds at 20 knots, which is about 25 to 27 miles an hour. Minimal central pressure is 1,009 millibars. Environmental pressure is 1,010 millibars. Radius of circulation 150 nautical miles. Radius of maximum wind 60 nautical miles. And here is the location of which the storm is at right now. And then these 3 here shows you the track. It looks like we're going to get a west-northwesterly movement here soon, and then near the 4 or 5 day mark it's going to take a bend back to the south, at least according to some of these models. See, even if it's just slight south, it's still south. And this one is all over the place right here. Now here is the intensity guidance for this system here. As you can see, the DSHP wants to take this to about an 80 mile per hour hurricane. This may be a stretch though. We'll have to see what happens here within the next 2-3 days. The IFECN wants to take it at a moderate tropical storm, which is about 60 miles an hour, which is about 50 knots. And then the LGM is taken at a bare minimal tropical storm here. But if you look, the UKXI, the CTCI, the AEMI, AVNI, and SEMI all have this pretty much doing nothing with it, just keeping it at the same strength or a little bit higher, a little bit lower, but nothing tropical storm status wise. Let's take a look at the GFS here. And this is our system right here. This is 92E. I'm actually surprised this isn't an infest area yet, but I do believe this will probably become one here either tonight or early tomorrow, I would expect. So let's go out through time and see what happens with these systems. And there, the GFS here at 48 hours shows a 1003 millibar tropical depression borderline storm here. And this is probably what is disturbance number 3 here. I would expect. And this is area number 1 here. So we're gonna go out more. We're gonna go about 96 hours. And look at this. Area number 1, 988 millibars. So that's why one of those. No wait, no wait. The model is for this one right here. But as you can see, area of disturbed weather number 1 is definitely a hurricane at this point. And this is Infest 92E, which is struggling to stay alive, pretty much. And as you can see, this is just a tropical depression now. They you only got two wind isobars here, and they're not even tight. So this only may be a depression at this time. But this, oh boy, this right here, this is definitely a hurricane for you guys. And this is probably what's going to go into the central Atlantic here. So I wouldn't be surprised if the central Atlantic showed this system popping up on its page once it gets there. Let's go to 120 hours out, and there's 92E still struggling to stay alive, while area of interest number 1 is starting to weaken a little bit. But then you got this little thing right here, 1003 millibars, and look at how much heavy rain is coming with that. That is definitely a tropical depression, if I ever seen one. Maybe a low-end tropical storm. We're just gonna have to wait and see. This is still 5 days out, and I will be here to monitor the situation. And now that the tropics are starting to heat up, I'll probably have a video every day now. Like whenever the tropics, are quiet, I may not upload as much as I used to. But, now that it's heating up, we're definitely going to be uploading every day. Alright, here is the European model. And there is area of interest number 1 right there. And somewhere in this huge closed off isotherm is Infest 92E. And we got this little feature coming off Central America right now too, according to the European. And as we can go forward, you can see these systems trying to come to their own here. But unlike the GFS, the European doesn't show them turning out to be very much of anything. And as you guys know, the European is usually mostly reliable for tropical development. So we're just gonna have to see which one of these is right with these systems, if it's GFS or the European. But I do think that 1, if not 2 of these storms will form. Maybe all 3 of them. We don't know yet. We're just gonna have to wait and see. Anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. If anything happens with 95L later on tonight, I might make another update video to talk about that. But if Dolly or subtropical depression doesn't form tonight, then I'll do another update video tomorrow. Again, thank you guys for watching, and have a nice day.